the enchantment of beauty. In a distant land where tall castles reached for the sky and white horses galloped across vast green fields, a girl was born whose beauty was renowned throughout the land from her very childhood. Her name was Lady Eliana, a lady of noble birth whose golden hair shimmered like strands of silk in the sunlight, and her emerald eyes sparkled like the morning stars. However, more than anything, it was her breathtaking figure, especially her large, shapely breasts, that drew the attention of everyone around her. Men both from the royal court and from the ranks of knights often cast lingering, sometimes lustful glances her way, while the noble women whose envy ran deep would whisper behind her back. At royal feasts, her opulent dresses, though carefully chosen to be modest and dignified, still failed to conceal her voluptuous form. This caused some of the noble women to call her a deceiver and temptress, even though Eliana had no part in the lustful glances directed her way. One day, as Eliana walked through the rose gardens, she suddenly heard the sound of laughter from behind her. Two young noblewomen, Lady Margaret and Lady Selina, approached her with a look of disdain. Margaret sneered and said, "So, this is the enchantress who has captivated every man at court. I wonder if it's your beauty or something else that works its magic." Eliana, knowing exactly what they meant, responded calmly, "I have never cast a spell on anyone, Lady Margaret. If men are drawn to me, it is not my fault." Selina, with a mocking smile, added, "But isn't it true that Prince Adrian, the heir to the throne, has shown more than just a passing interest in you?" Eliana said nothing, but the blush that spread across her cheeks revealed the truth. The truth was that Prince Adrian, a man of dignity, courage, and handsome features, had often engaged in conversation with her at royal gatherings, and his gaze betrayed a hidden affection. Yet he had never gone beyond the bounds of propriety, for he knew that his mother, the Queen, would not approve of such a relationship. The Queen, who had learned of Eliana's growing influence over her son's heart, began to plot. She knew that in order to prevent this love from blooming, she needed to remove Eliana from the court. So, along with other noblewomen, she spread a rumor throughout the palace that Lady Eliana is a woman who uses only her beauty to ensnare men. She is obsessed with power, and if she becomes the future queen, she will manipulate Prince Adrian and bring chaos to the court. These rumors quickly reached the king's ears. Although Prince Adrian was certain of his love for Eliana, the Queen and the noble courtiers pressured the king to send Eliana to a distant convent on the borders of the kingdom, far from the aristocratic world. On the night Eliana was to be sent to the convent, her heart was filled with sorrow. But just as the royal carriage was preparing to depart, a cloaked figure suddenly emerged from the shadows. The rider swiftly dismounted, pushed the guards aside, and pulled Eliana from the carriage, placing her upon his horse. Eliana, terrified, whispered, "Who are you?" The rider, with a voice that was familiar yet unexpected, murmured, "I am the one who will never allow your beauty and spirit to be locked away in a prison of fate." Eliana stared at him, her eyes wide in disbelief. It was Prince Adrian. After days of travel, Adrian and Eliana finally returned to the borders of the kingdom. Though danger loomed, their love had grown so strong that no wall could break it. They were no longer two fugitive lovers, but two warriors fighting for their right to be together. The king, who had always listened to the queen's words, for the first time gazed at Eliana with deep consideration. In her eyes, he saw something that he had not seen in many of the courtiers: strength, dignity, and a love free from deceit. After a long silence, the king spoke with a firm voice. "If Prince Adrian has chosen you, then know this: from this moment on, you are a part of this royal family." Months later, the palace was filled with joy and celebration. In the grandest hall of the royal palace, Adrian and Eliana swore their vows before the people and the nobles. Eliana's white gown shone like the moon, and Adrian, now a man not only of valor, but of loyal love, placed a golden crown upon her head. As the rings were exchanged, Eliana whispered, "Nothing will ever separate us again." And Adrian, with eyes full of love and respect, replied, "Never." Years passed, and Queen Eliana's name became immortalized in history, not only as the most beautiful lady at court, but as a woman who captured hearts through her kindness and wisdom. No longer was she judged only for her appearance. She was remembered as a lady who fought for her love and her honor. In the end, their love became a legend, a tale mothers told their daughters, a story of a woman whose beauty once caused her trouble, but in the end, it was her passionate heart and unwavering courage that made her eternal. The end.